all that I've been through, I ain't finna lose. The streets feel like if I did it, they can do it too. Hey, it's beyond bulletproof when it comes to mines. Drop 100, take 100 trips 100 times.
Hey guys, I see Amy here back with another video. I'm here with It's Karen Lopez. We're gonna do a interview style video and hopefully you guys enjoy.
How do you feel about like that all your videos went viral?
Honestly,
did you expect for that to happen, or one day you just said, okay, let me just do this video, and then it went like viral?
it was my way of not dealing with Marco. It picked up and I didn't expect it. I didn't think anything like was gonna happen like that. It wasn't my goal. It just kind of happened. Yeah, and it was kind of cool because it was kind of like, oh shoot, you know, like people think I'm funny, you know, and then I can relate to people. It was cool.
Okay, so for those of you who don't know, she was in a
Abusive relationship.
Yeah.
With the father of my children.
How long did it go on for?
I met him when I was 17, and I believe I left him when I was 19. Yeah, I want to say I was 19 years old. So 2 years of going, I think a little over 2 years of
and
going.
you guys had one
Yes, we had our daughter, Amora, our oldest. Yeah.
Oh, somebody asked me to ask you, how do you know the difference from when a man is, like, he's aggravating you, like insulting you, and when he's just joking around?
I think you just have to know your man, you know? I think you just have to spend time getting to know who that person is. I know the first time that Marco put hands on me, he came home and he choked me out, and I thought he was playing.
Yeah.
And I was laughing, and I was like, what the fuck are you doing? And then I realized, like, the look that he had in his eyes, that he was angry with me.
Yeah.
And then I realized kind of from that point on that I had to really observe him and really get to know him.
Yeah, because I remember the girl was like, you know, there's sometimes that my boyfriend calls me like a bitch or he's just playing around, and she's fine with that, but like, what if one day he actually means it, like in a harmful way? She was like, how do I know when it's serious?
I think she'll know. She'll know because the tone is different, the demeanor's different, you know, the body language.
How do you feel about girls running away at a young age, like to be with their boyfriends?
Well, I was the girl that ran away at a young age to be with my
boyfriend.
My mom was like, you can't be with Marco, and I was like, no, I'm gonna be with Marco, thank you. Honestly, I've always had the saying, you can't be old and wise without being young and reckless.
I was gonna get the tattoo at my time.
Really?
I seen it and I was like, oh, so I'm gonna be really wise from now on.
Seriously, because
it's
you
true.
learn through the mistakes that you make, you know,
Yeah.
and I mean, I wouldn't go tell every girl, oh, you know what, you're feeling crazy, go run away and don't listen to your parents. I would definitely not say that because your parents want to guide you the right way, you know, and obviously they're older so they know what's better, but sometimes you do have to make your own mistakes to learn.
To learn, yeah.
You know? But I don't condone that shit. Don't go running away with your dude. You know, don't say Amy said it's okay or Karen said it's okay, because we're not. But yeah.
Did your parents ever tell you like how they felt? Because they knew, right? Your parents knew that you were in an abusive relationship?
Yeah.
Did it like affected them?
Honestly, my parents knew, but neither of them did anything. And their thing to me was like, why don't you just leave him? But even at that time, I wasn't cool with my parents. So it was just, there was a whole lot of family shit behind there that I kind of almost felt like even though they knew I was going through something like that, it was easier for my parents' family to just be like, well, whatever, Amy, you're going through it. Go deal with it over there and don't bring that kind of issues to our family here. So that, I think, as a person, for me, it hurt me and it made me feel like I couldn't get out of the situation because I didn't have anybody to support me.
Yeah.
And then the desperate times that I did feel the courage to come to my parents and say, can you guys help me? It was always like, oh, well, if you go back, you're going to burn your bridges with us. And, you know, they just didn't make me feel like they were there gonna wholeheartedly help me.
Yeah.
Until the last time. I think the last time was when they knew that I was
that you were serious.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember when I would like try to break up with my son's father, like he was like obsessive towards the end.
Yeah.
And I remember in your videos you said that you would stay home, like he wouldn't let you out. that's how my son's father was too. And I would have to ask permission to use the bathroom. Like, I would have to open the door and be like,
dude.
excuse me, can I use the bathroom?
Yes, or they come with you in the bathroom and they're like, what are you doing?
Is your phone in there?
Yeah, what are you doing on your phone? Let me see your phone. Like, yes, I definitely remember those days.
And, like, how would you feel? Like, you just had to deal with it?
Yeah, I felt alone. Like, it was just, I think a lot of people don't understand. You know, we get a lot of girls that tell us, why don't you just leave?
Yeah.
You know, why don't,
like,
if a guy were to treat me like that, I'd just leave. I never used to be the type of girl that would let a guy do anything disrespectful to me ever.
Mm-hmm.
It's something that happened before my eyes, and I didn't even fucking realize it was happening. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It wasn't until I was so in deep, and then, like, it almost felt like I was a child. And if I didn't do what the adult was telling me, being Marco, you know, the abuser, then I was doing something wrong. And it doesn't help that I'm naturally a people pleaser. So if I felt that I wasn't pleasing him or being good, or, you know, he wasn't happy with me, then I felt like I was doing something wrong.
Yeah.
People don't understand that. They don't understand the mental, you know, hold that it has on you.
Yeah. So you said you left at 19, so you were like underage, right?
Yeah, like under 20.
And so you didn't get to finish high school, right?
No, I did. So Marco tried to control me going to school, but I ended up fighting the girl that he cheated on me with, and finding out that the cops were looking for me at school. I was on probation for beating up some other chick. So I couldn't go back to school even if I wanted to, but what I did was, I think I dropped out of school for like 3 or 4 months maybe, and then I signed up for online school. So I got my shit together and was like, what are you doing, Amy? You need to graduate. Like, come on, girl, you're not that stupid, you know? And I went and I got my diploma online. And I actually could have graduated with my class. Like, I finished exactly on time because I only had a few classes left.
Yeah.
But I didn't even want to go back to my high
Do
school.
you have like anything advice for like the guys that think it's okay to like be cheating on their girls? You know, like, you know, I feel like it's based on influences. Like, you know, they feel like there's like the cool guy in school and he's always cheating on his girlfriend, so they feel like they gotta do it.
Yeah. I think a lot of guys who are disrespectful to women in that way, cheating and all that stuff, it comes from internal issues that they don't even know that they have. I think it comes from the way they were raised. You know, because I'm a believer that your dad is the example of a man.
Yeah.
You know, because the way he treats your mom is ultimately how a son is going to treat his wife.
Yeah.
You know, that's the reflection. From a parental standpoint, if the parents are not teaching their sons to be men, then these boys will grow up thinking that, well, I didn't see my dad respect my mom, so I don't have to respect women. And the whole cheating thing, I think, honestly, guys just have a fucking high sex drive and les valen verga. They do what they want whenever the freaking they want, and you know what, they end up usually doing it to the girl that's the most solid and regretting it later.
Yeah.
You know,
they think with the head down there, with the head up there.
We definitely mature faster. Guys, for some reason, you guys like to test the boundaries until all hell breaks loose. You've gone through it too, right? You
But it wasn't, mine was different. Like, it was more like toxic. Like, he wouldn't let me talk to my family. Or like, he wouldn't let me talk to my friends. Like, I had a phone, but he would keep it with him. So I had like no friends at all.
Yeah.
And then the friends that would try to keep on talking to me, like, they'll come over to my house. Like, he'll end up trying to get at them. And then I'll look stupid. And then, like, they would stop talking to me because I would choose him over my friends. Growing up, like, I wasn't close to my mom.
Yeah.
And so, like, I couldn't really talk to her about it. Or my dad either.
Yeah.
So, it was until, like, I started, when I left him, my mom's car, like, she started to notice, like, damn, like, I should really be there for her and stuff. So then we started to become more close. One time when I was pregnant, I told him that the next day my mom was throwing me a baby shower because I lived like 30 minutes away. Well, my mom lived 30 minutes away. So I told him if he could take me, and he was like so mad because my family was coming from LA. So he was like, he wasn't gonna let me out. So I called his cousin to pick me up, which was the only friend that I had basically. Yeah. And she picked me up, and he was like, he closed the door, like, I ran behind the door, and he, like, pushed it. Yeah. And I remember, like, he hit my belly, and I do remember, like, what you're saying, like, you can see it in their eye, like, when they're, like, the se les mete el diablo or something.
Yes.
And you
Oh
can
my
see it, like, so I was
fucking
like,
God, yes.
oh my God. And I started yelling, and then, like I didn't end up going. But,
Yeah.
well, I ended up going, like, after, but that night, like, it was just all bad.
Yeah, I think the worst is when you're pregnant and you
Yeah.
have to go through it. Like, I feel like pregnant women, because people don't just get pregnant, but pregnant women having to deal with being pregnant, the hormones, your body changing,
Yeah.
and then the mental, the emotional, the physical abuse has to be probably the hardest shit that you gotta go through as a woman.
Yeah.
And try to get through, especially when you feel like you don't have family that you could like go and talk to, and you don't have nobody to call and vent to. It's like you have you and your mind, and that's it. And there's women that can't handle it. There's women that break. There's women that commit suicide. There's women that do drugs, and there's women who survive. And I think we're good examples of women who were able to survive going through something.
Do you have, like, any advice for the girls now? Like, any girls that think that they're in love at a young age and want to, like, be ride or dies, like, confuse it, they're confusing being a ride or die with being dumb and letting a guy walk over them.
Yeah, I think my advice would be, like, there's a thin line between being a ride or die and being controlled. And a lot of ride or die women that line is blurred. They don't notice that it's crossing into being controlled. A man who loves you is gonna let you be you.
Yeah.
He's gonna let you express who you are. It's not gonna feel like you're walking on eggshells. If you're in a relationship where you feel like you gotta constantly think about everything that you're gonna do, and if it's gonna put you in a position that's gonna hurt you, or if your man's gonna get angry with you, or there's gonna be consequences, then you're already in a relationship where you're being controlled.
Yeah.
Mentally, you're being controlled. You may not even realize that you're there, but you're there.
Yeah.
And my advice would be to put yourself first. You got to learn to love yourself. The way that you love that man and are writing for him, you got to do that to yourself first.
Yeah.
Because you can never give someone 100% if you don't love yourself 100%. And, I think when women choose to put themselves first, they either realize that the man that they love is for them or not for them at all. Because it takes a man who really loves you to be able to accept you as a woman and your strength.
Yeah.
Men usually who are controlling and abusive, they're intimidated by the strength that a woman has. So focus on you guys' selves first.
Yeah.
A lot of women who choose to stay in situations like that, a lot of them are scared that they're not going to find something better.
Yeah, I think that was one of the main questions. What I always try to focus on is, like, there is happiness after that. Maybe not at the moment, but, like, there is
Yes,
happiness.
there is. They'll try to fuck with you too, like, oh, you're not going to find somebody better than me. They try to tear you down, but there is always going to be someone who will love you and love you freely and not make you feel like love is a job.
Yeah.
And don't be afraid to be alone. Don't be afraid to have to build yourself up. I always say when you hit rock bottom, there's only one way to go from there, which is up. So, it takes a lot of work. Sometimes it takes pain. It takes blood, sweat, and tears to fight for your happiness, but do it for yourself. It's not worth it. It takes you've been there. It takes a lot out of you.
Yeah.
In every fucking way.
I feel like that's why, because I was like, I was with my son's father for like a year and a half, I want to say, and I was so like in one spot. Like now, like I want to go everywhere. I want to travel everywhere. I want to experience everything.
Because you forget who you are. You forget who you are. I know for me, because I couldn't talk to nobody and I couldn't go nowhere, when I would talk to other people my age or other adults, it was like I was forgetting how to interact with people. I was forgetting how to talk with people. I would get nervous, which was so weird because I've always been super outgoing. I've always been super extrovert. So the fact that like I noticed then that I'm really losing who I am. I don't even know who I am anymore. And then like you get to a point where not only do you not trust them because they cheated and they've lied and all this stuff, you almost start doubting yourself because you're like, what the fuck? I should have caught this.
Yeah.
How did I not catch this? Or like, I was stronger than this. How did I let this get there? So then you start having an internal battle with yourself and you can't even believe that you would allow yourself to get to that point. Good and bad. I would never take back anything in life that I went through because it made me who I am today.
Yeah.
I might not have seen it in the moment, or I might have had those moments like, fuck, why is this happening to me? I don't understand it. Life can't get any worse, you know. But now that I am where I am, I'm just like thankful.
Yeah.
I'm so thankful everything that I went through, because like I feel like I came out okay. You know, I feel like I came out strong.
If those things would have never happened, you wouldn't have been where you're at.
Yeah.
I just wanted to let you know that I think you're very strong. You inspire so many women, girls, especially girls,
Yeah.
and women out there. So thank you for collaborating with me.
Oh, yes.
Thank you for all the advice. It's
Thank
gonna
you
help
for-
a lot of girls and
I
guys,
hope,
hopefully.
yeah, thank you for having me. I really appreciate, you know, you reaching out and giving me the opportunity to not only, you know, collab with you, but also inspire the people that watch you.
Yeah.
Because, you know, so many women go through what we've gone through.
Yeah.
You know, and I think it's cool that as women, me and you are teaming up and we're shining light and we're talking about it and making shit happen.
Yeah.
That's it for today. Thank you so much, Karen, for having me.
You're
And
welcome.
I'm so glad that we did this.
Yes.
Stay tuned for more videos, maybe more collabs.
Yes.
You never know. I'll link her video in the description below. Description below. All right, you guys, have a great day.
Bye.